Good evening, everyone. Um, we're here to do while we're here. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. I'm going to read just for today Days of Healing, Days of Joy, January 10th. Tis peace of mind, lad, we must find. What could be more valuable than peace of mind? With it, no other valuables are necessary. Without it, all the valuables in the world aren't enough. Truly, no human condition is more desirable. All languages have words for the profound sense of serenity, that is peace of mind. Librians talk about peace of mind in words that literally mean my heart sits down. In other parts of Africa, peace of mind is called a body song, or where the cool water runs. In any tongue, the sentiment is the same. Peace of mind isn't something we go out and get, it's the result of something we do and keep on doing. Peace is the reward for turning our lives and our wills over to the care of God as we understand Him. So we can do what is necessary. When our response to shame is not a food binge, the afterglow is peace of mind. When we want to run from a relationship but don't, we have earned the sensation of peace. When we want to hide but we extend a heart and hand, we have won peace. Today, I will prepare myself to receive peace of mind. I will thank God in advance for giving it to me. So, when we talk about why we're here, before coming to this realization, we could not manage all the things in our lives. And then sometimes we had a lot of chaos, confusion, disappointment, setbacks, heartbreak. And as I talked about who is an addict a couple days ago, an addict, when you identify with who's an addict, it just doesn't just mean about the drugs. It can mean um, any addiction, anything that we're addicted to and we struggle with. Perhaps it could be um, buying things that we really don't need. Perhaps it could be overeating, indulging in things that aren't good. Only you know what this process is for yourself. We don't have to beat ourselves up about it. We can take an honest appraisal and then ask ourselves, do we want to change? What area in my life needs changing and work towards it? Sometimes we're going to fall down, but we can get back up. Um, Spiritual principles help you to grow, help you to become a better version of you. And as you understand the whys to life, and also understanding that things don't happen to me, they happen for me. And then I'm going to describe it in this way for me. Being an ex drug addict, I found I could not live and enjoy life as other people did. I had to have something different. And I thought I had found it in drugs. I placed their use of what the head of the welfare of my family, my children. I had to have drugs at all costs. I did many people great harm, but most of all, I harmed myself. Through my inability to accept personal responsibilities, I was actually creating my own problems. I seem to be incapable of facing life on its own terms. Most of all, I realized that in my addiction, I was slowly committing suicide. But addiction is such a cunning enemy of life that I had lost the power to do anything about it. I had ended up in jail. I sought help through medicine, religion, and psychiatry. None of those methods was sufficient. My disease always resurfaced and continued to progress until, in desperation, I sought help from someone else. Um, my thing was Narcotics Anonymous, and that worked for me. And as I said, I could stop, but I couldn't stay stopped. Not until I went and reached out for help. I was totally beaten, whipped and beaten to submission to do something different. And this is um, where the spiritual principles came into play for me. Um, and it was a great thing. I took the courage to do something different. Um, where I admitted in step one, I admitted that, excuse me, that I was powerless over my addiction and that my life had become unmanageable. In step two, I came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. In step three, I made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood Him. And four, I made a searching and fearless more inventory of myself. And five, I admitted to God, to myself, and to another human being the exact nature of my wrongs. Um, and step six, I was entirely ready to have God remove all the defects of character. And seven, I humbly asked Him to remove my shortcomings. And eight, I made a list of all persons I've harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. And nine, I made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except to do so would injure them or others. Meaning I had to wait on God to direct my path. And 10, I continue to take personal inventory. And when I will be wrong, promptly admit it. That's a daily personal inventory. And things will come up in my life, and I have to go and do the right thing for the right reason if I'm wrong. And sometimes I find out even if I'm not wrong, I don't waste energy on um, a person that I can't come to an agreement with. Um, and in step 11, I sought through prayer and meditation to improve my conscious contact with God as I understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of the 12 steps, I tried to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of my affairs. And that's why I'm here. I want to see those who are still struggling, to let them know there is a way. But first, I have to take that first honest self appraisal, admit to myself that I'm an addict and I have a problem and I need help. And as you get deeper, and as I have gotten deeper into this new way of learning how to live all over again. Because yes, I had dreams and aspirations as a kid, but once the drugs step came into play, um, all of my dreams and desires went to the wayside. I no longer felt like I had life anymore. Thank God for a program. Thank God for the people that laid the foundation. Thank God that I'm gonna say this is like a breath of fresh air. Um, I was able to see the light, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. After coming to realize um, that there was another way for me to start all over and live again. And the why tells most of us realize that now in our addiction, we were slowly committing suicide, but addiction is such a cunning enemy of life. I had to read that again, that we had lost the power to do anything about it. Many of us ended up in jail or sought help through medicine, religion, and psychiatry. None of these methods was sufficient for us. Our disease always resurfaced and or continued to progress until in desperation we sought help from each other. After coming to realize we were sick people, we suffer from a disease from which there is no known cure. It can, however, be arrested at some point, and recovery is then possible. We are addicts seeking recovery. We use drugs to cover our feelings and did whatever was necessary to get drugs. Many of us woke up sick, unable to make it to work or went to work, loaded. Many of us stole to support our habit. We hurt ones we love. We did all these things and told ourselves we can handle it. We were looking for a way out. We couldn't face life we couldn't face life on life's terms. In the beginning, using was fun. Many of us, for us, using became a habit, and finally, we necessarily for survival. The progression of disease was not apparent to us. We continue on the path of destruction, unaware of where it was leading us. We were addicts and did not know it. Through drugs, we tried to avoid reality, pain, and misery. When the drugs wore off, we realized that we still had the same problems, and they were becoming worse. We sought relief by using again and again, more drugs more often. We sought help and found none. Often doctors didn't understand our dilemma. They tried to help by giving us medication. Our husbands, wives, and loved ones gave us what they had and drained themselves in the hope that we would stop using or would get better. We tried substituting one drug for another, but this only prolonged our pain. We tried limiting our usage of social amounts without success. There is no such thing as a social addict. Some of us sought an answer through churches, religion, and cultism. Some sought a cure by geographic change. We blame our surroundings and living situations for our problems. This attempt to cure our problems by moving gave us a chance to take advantage of new people. Some of us sought approval through sex or change of friends. This approval seeking behavior carried us further into our addiction. Some of us tried marriage, divorce, or desertion. Regardless of what we tried, we could not escape from our disease. We reached a point in our lives where we felt like a lost cause. We had little worth to family, friends, or on the job. Many of us were unemployed and unemployable. Any form of success was frightening and unfamiliar. We didn't know what to do. As the feeling of self loathing grew, we needed to use more and more to mask our feelings. We were sick and tired of pain and trouble. We were frightened and ran from the fear. No matter how far we ran, we always carried fear with us. We were hopeless, useless, and lost. Failure had become our way of life, and self esteem was non existent. Perhaps the most painful feeling of all was the desperation, isolation, and denial of our addiction kept us moving along this downhill path. Any hope of getting better disappeared. Helplessness, emptiness, and fear became our way of life. We were complete failures. Personality change was what we really needed. Change from self destructive patterns of life became necessary. When we lied, cheated, or stole, we degraded ourselves in our own eyes. We had had enough of self destruction. We experienced our powerlessness. When nothing relieved our paranoia and fear, we hit bottom and became ready to ask for help. And that's what the why is. We are powerless over addiction and our lives are unmanageable. Although we are not responsible for our disease, we are responsible for our recovery. We no longer blame people, places, and things for our addiction. We must face our problems and our feelings. The ultimate weapon for recovery is the recovering addict. We concentrate on recovery and feelings, not what we have done in the past. Our friends, places, and ideas are often a threat to our recovery. We need to change our playmates, playgrounds, and playthings. And once you get the fact that and accept that you were an addict, and that, like I said, addicts come in many forms, um, many addictions, and have the power to put you in utter desperation. Um, Gambling, anything you do excessive or too much can become a problem. I'm not saying the world is like that, but there are those in this world that are like that, and feel as though there's no help. It is some help. Do the first honest self appraisal, and you can start from there. Find someone who believes in you and wants to help you in your recovery. So, I'm going to give you some cards. Yes. So I'm going to put myself on camera now because I wanted to read the why. And I'm here to help others. Um, if you out there and you need someone to believe you and help you in recovery, there is help available. They have the Narcotics Anonymous helpline. You can get help through asking your doctor, or um, treatment facilities are everywhere. All you had to do is take the first step and surrender. Like, share, subscribe to this video. I hope I'm not getting a cold. One more. Oops. Okay. The first card that came out was Inner Power. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. Prayer. Excuse me for a moment. Um, you have the inner strength, the inner power to change anything that needs to be changed in your life. There are always signs from heaven. Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. And God is always with us. Peace and harmony, Archangel Rariel. Thank you, Rariel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious life. Always count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. Be thankful for the little things. Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Okay. And that was the cards from Love and Light. Now we're going to angel prayers. As you embark on these spiritual principles, you will discover and get your peace of mind back. You will have peace and harmony. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Walk away from illusions and toward truth. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Psalms 25:4. Helping others is helping yourself. For the whole law can be summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. Galatians 5:14. Commit to a spirit of excellence. Whatever you do, do well. Ecclesiastes 9:10. Take care of the little things. The river of God has plenty of water. It provides a bountiful harvest of grain, but you have ordered it so. Psalms 65:9. Have the faith to walk through new doors. For everything, there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Messages from animal spirit. The why is up to you. Whatever area in life, these spiritual principles, you can add them to your life day by day. Sometimes all of them come into play. One day at a time. Okay. The walrus. Remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. That's the weasel. The kiwi. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Okay. And I have a new deck called You Are Amazing. Some people, some of us suffer from low self-esteem. You know, feeling like you're not worthy. We're all worthy. Some of us have had to. It's okay to go to therapy. You know, some of us had to seek other help other than Narcotics Anonymous or whatever place you go for spiritual growth. Journaling helps. Past hurts and pains that's gotten us there long before we pick up the drugs. I don't know your story. All of us have one, though. I don't have a dime in my pocket, but I'm happy. I'm happy I got a peace of mind. No, there was a lady over the summer sitting in the park. She was living in the park. Most of the time when I went by to see her, she was sitting in a chair under a tree. But to me, when I looked at her, what I felt from her presence was, yes, I'm here, but I'm trusting God that I won't be here long. I didn't know her situation. I didn't ask her situation. Um, I lend a helping hand the best way I could. Cause me, I gotta be careful. I be wanting to pick up strangers when I see them homeless and help them, move them into my house until they get better. But I realized I can't do that. I don't want to see nobody homeless. She was just sitting there like, I'm going to be all right. Thank God it was warm out, but we had a lot of rain too. And I didn't see worry on her face. She had a aura of peace. She knew that God was with her. And that opened my eyes to remember to stay humble and grateful for all that you had. If you got one blanket, you got a blanket. If you had a can of soup, you had a can of soup for that day. Um, we never know what our circumstances may be. Today is going to be a great day. That was the first card. I have the power to create change. No matter what, I am proud of myself for trying. The future holds all kinds of magical surprises. I wink at a challenge. See, she winking. One eye open and one eye closed. Oh, I find something positive about every situation. One last deck. Okay. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer, always. Yeah. How you feel on the inside radiates outside. This is no competition and no comparison, for we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful. I love myself. I accept my uniqueness. I forgot they had readings on the front and back of these. All my relationships are harmonious. I love and approve of myself. And this deck is called Power Thought Cards. I express my creativity. My unique and creative talents and abilities flow through me and are expressed. I deeply satisfy in deeply satisfying ways. My creativity is always in demand. Again, like, share, and subscribe um, to this video. I'm sending you all love and light, peace and harmony, blessings. I hope that I've helped someone. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Thank you in advance to helping my channel grow. Peace.